Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack, and we have said it that as much as they want to spin the narrative of their failure, they they are not going to win. They are only lying to themselves. But hey, they told us, oh, we have all of these million of players, but well, we know that this company, Boogie Shit, also has their own subscription for renting their games. Still, why would you do that considering that they also insert spyware, especially on PC? But hey, they told us, oh, did so well, that actually is not bad, but we saw how they boogie shit went bankrupt for seconds only to get saved by Tencent. But nah, it was like, yeah, it's the life support. This company is gonna die. And probably we're going to see this one this year. It could be a miracle that this company keeps afloat even the next year, but considering three fuck ups and the tier one was like their main dish. Like they could say, like, yeah, you have everything in the bag. You can screw this up, but well, boogie shit indeed screw it up, and this is the result. This article from Tech for Gamers. Screen Shadows is the lowest selling release across last five entries. For comparison, Mirage outsold the release in just Oh, well. ASScreed Shadows in the is the series' lowest seller across the past five entries. Even ASScreed Mirage managed to outsell this new RPG release. For the future, the franchise is now under a subsidiary and so far things are looking optimistic. Because, well, the one managing is Tencent and they're just going to dismantle Gillebone family. As doesn't matter how many fucking scummy deals they can do behind the scenes, the death of this company is inevitable. And a lot of IPs, yeah, they are going to be scrapped. And the pieces spread across, well, what is remaining of someone can actually see something like that as salvageable. But let's see. Boogie Shit had a low riding on ASCII Shadows, but unfortunately, not even the long demanding Japanese setting could rescue the publisher from the quicksand it was slowly sinking into. So, and this is hilarious, man. This is ironic. They had the Japanese setting to succeed, and they threw it all away. Despite kicking up strongly, ASCII Shadows has the lowest sales in the series across five entries. The last five entries. So, why it matters? ASCII Shadows was an incomplete entry and lacked many features on launch. Moreover, the controversies and some inaccurate depictions of the feudal Japan setting didn't help with the game's PR as well. Now, I think this one is the most damaging one because we saw how fucking bullshit was so disrespectful towards Japan, towards a whole country. Even without the fucking left retards rebranding the Wikipedia to fit their narrative. Yasuke was a samurai? Oh, Japan was freed by a black person. And just like, shut the fuck up. Stop fucking smelling pain for once and shut the fuck up. As such, it makes sense why the sales are so low. Initially, Asked Shadow reached 3 million players in just a week, but not sales. Not sales. You heard that one right. They say million players, but they never talked about the sales and never used that word. So, well, however, total sales are at 4.3 million 6 months after launch. How? Well, they say 5 million players, and then 4.3. And but they didn't say any of that shit. And it was across all platforms. But we'll continue on, which isn't a great number considering the time and budget, which is allegedly between 200 million and 35 million, 350 million. So, no, they were saying it was around 500 million, and I could believe it. Like, yeah, the spending doesn't make up for the sales. Well, let's continue. Went into the game development and marketing. In a span of 3 months, Asked Mirage sold 5 million and performed better than Shadow despite being a spin off release. Ah, that's it. Not even the 5 million that they were bragging. We colored it. Previous RPG trilogy has also performed decently, all selling better than Shadows. Ah man, and even look at this. Like, yeah, they keep repeating RPG. It used to be like an exploration adventure game. But yeah, they turned it into RPG elements because they could introduce the microtransactions. But continue on, while Ugished hasn't confirmed the budget for the ASScreed Shadows, they did state an amount of upwards of 116 million. Even 10 million says it's an ordinary benchmark for AAA games these days. Yeah, so they were expecting that one to recover what they invested. They couldn't. Following the subpar performance, Bullshit and Tencent have formed a new subsidiary, Vantage Studios, which will lead big IPs from French publisher, including ASScreed. Perhaps the franchise will experience success with this new partnership. On one hand, I don't believe it. On the other hand, I actually do. I'm 50-50 on this one because if it's Tencent managing all of this and keeping the works away from the game, from the development, he could have a chance. I'm not going to deny that. Let's end this. More about, yeah, yes, yes. More about ASCII Shadow's post release content has been great. Nah, bullshit. Suck it. And a lot of new mechanics and missions are being added to the game. However, most of it feels like odd content, and had Buichi taken this time with the game, perhaps things would have turned out differently. No, no, no. The thing that could actually make the difference, but it didn't, was putting a Japanese protagonist. A Japanese person as protagonist instead of a black guy that was a pet for Japan in that era. He was Yasuke was Nobunaga's pet, and this me referring to him as a pet, despite that is historically accurate, wouldn't be brought up if it wasn't for bullshit, screwing everything up. Like if they just actually committed at least like the legacy of a dead man uh, in that era. Even despite that, you say, oh, well, he was treated as a slave, and yeah, it was part of history, and that was bad. Yeah, you could bring that narrative, but now you kinda just post what actually Yasuke was, and just make things work. So even the blacks cannot rest even in death, because yeah, you have activists pushing for this. Imagine that. Imagine that. Yeah, even if you were a black person, you cannot even rest because you have fucking lefters using you as a narrative to say, "Oh, this actually happened," and then you're like, "Ah, man, I'm what the fuck." Oh yeah, so yeah, drop the bullshit. We, if ASScreed Shadows was in a proper Japanese setting, historically accurate. And actually, we heard the original story. Like they were going to use one of those relics, like the original game, like the Apple of Eden. It was a sword of that level, but with a katana, and it was a protagonist. And like, yeah, it was going to be in the setting of Nobunaga. Actually, even the ones that hate boogie shit could have given that the benefit of the doubt. But no, they screw it out the moment they released that trailer with the black person. And even if they were stupid normies buying it, despite the warnings, were even not from us, they were from bullshit. Yeah, even they were complaining like, "What the fuck is this shit?" Everyone say, I don't care about politics. When will you buy a shitty product?" Even when that product had spyware on PC and it actually had underperformance because yeah, it was so fucking demanded with the PC requirements and still look like ass. Boy, yeah, this is the mice for this one. Yeah, and we're seeing that even the stock of bullshit is just so full below. If reach two heroes, they are going to be delisted from the public market because they are going to have a hostile buyout by Tencent. What's remaining from them? And well, they rightfully deserve this shit. But that's it. Thanks for watching and please take care.